You know, so many people have said to me, you need to scream and jump up and down like everybody else. Is that really what you want, what we just saw? I don't think so. And, you know, when I got into this race, I decided to look under the hood of the engine of what runs Washington, D.C., and my first inclination was to run away. But I didn't do it because I'm thinking about our children and the fact that we are the United States of America. We cannot afford to lose this election, and we cannot be tearing each other down.
Dr. Carson,
That was Dr. Ben Carson at Saturday's Republican presidential debate, bemoaning what he feels is the highly contentious state of today's politics, a message he reiterated Sunday morning in an email to supporters, saying, quote, "The cancer of divisiveness is corroding our politics and the soul of our nation, and if we don't fix it, nothing else matters." Joining me now is Republican presidential candidate Dr. Ben Carson. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
So how's it going? What was the point of this email that you sent out to supporters?
Well, you know, I want us to stop fighting each other, and really, we have some very substantial problems going on in this country. You know, we're about to go off a fiscal cliff. You know, the people who are coming behind us, you know, we're destroying their future. We're failing to take a leadership role on the world stage. We're alienating our friends.
But when you say, Dr. Carson, when you say in that email that the debate was ugly, it was vicious and not worthy of the American people, to whom are you referring was so vicious and ugly in that debate?
Well, standing on the stage, calling each other liars, screaming at each other. You know, in 2012, the Republicans tore each other apart. And I believe that that was one of the reasons that President Obama was able to win a second term with a record that no one could have won on. Because, you know, we find a way somehow to let them win. We've got to begin to learn from these things. The issues that face America are so substantial. And if we don't talk about them, why can't we get to the issue of things like the fiscal gap?
But Dr. Carson,
so that
you just
people
led,
understand.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you just led off the reason for that email that you wrote to supporters. You were saying that things are a mess. We're about to go off a fiscal cliff. It's messy. We're facing ISIS. Every day this is a threat, at home and abroad. And people say that they want you to jump up and down. They want you to be more energetic. And a lot of people say that's what they like about the front runner, Donald Trump, that he shows that passion, he shows that energy. But you're looking at that as ugly and divisive. But isn't that just passion and them showing? Go ahead.
There's a difference between passion and, you know, trying to tear your opponent down. There's a big difference between that. So, you know, you can be very passionate about something, but remember, when we put these things out there, the Democrats are going to use those in a general election. They're just going to show those sound bites. They'll barely have to do anything if we tear ourselves apart. Somehow we've got to start learning. And every single time it seems like the Republicans find a way to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory.
All right, Dr. Carson, you say you're going to stay focused on the big picture as you continue your campaign. We're looking ahead to South Carolina. Are you changing anything?
Well, I don't think I need to change anything. People are switching very quickly here in South Carolina, and I'm looking for some big things. You know, so many people have developed their impression of me from the media or the lack of media. And once they get a chance to actually hear what I have to say, they change their minds. Once they get a chance to go to my website, bencarson.com, and read the policies, they change their minds because they realize that this is a serious issue that we're dealing with. We can't have politics as usual. We can't have the same people as usual who claim not to be politicians but who really are.
All right, Dr. Ben Carson, thank you for joining us tonight. Great to have you.
Okay. Thank you, Sandra.